Hello, I'm going to do the Capricorn energy reading. As always, take what resonates, leave what does not. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. And if I am using my Green Witch Tarot cards, if you are interested in any of the cards that I'm using, blah, 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 the links are down below. Okay, so we have the conflict. What you may be struggling with is we have the Devil card, we have the Eight of Pentacles, and we have the Ten of Wands. What you need to focus on, we have the Witch, which is the Magician, we have the Lovers, and we have the Fool. Look at that. Wow. 3 major cards here. Future energies, love it, 10 of Pentacles, Page of Cups, 2 of Pentacles, bottom of the deck we have the King of Pentacles. Abundance. I always feel like that card kind of says abundance and fulfillment and happiness. He has like this smile on his face. King of Pentacles, feeling on top of the world. I feel like it's starting something new, kind of going in a new direction here. That's what I felt like, it's going in a new direction here. What you may be struggling with or the conflict, I feel like there is some heavy energy that is surrounding you, and it needs to be released. It needs to be let go. There needs to be an ending towards something, towards this Devil card here. I feel like you kind of have to take a closer look at something, because there is something that is around you that is affecting you, that there's some toxic energy, whether it's within yourself, you know, something that you're focusing on, something that's dragging you down, something that's triggering you, or it's a person or a situation that you are putting yourself into or you are surrounding yourself with. I definitely feel there's toxic energy that is surrounding you and you're having trouble letting it go, and it's bogging you down. I feel like you know what it is, but I almost feel like you don't want to admit what it is. I feel like you know that this is going on, or that you keep focusing on something, or you keep bringing up something from the past, or you keep, like, I feel like you know it, but I feel like you don't want to acknowledge it. Like you kind of want to ignore it. I feel like you need to look at, with this Two of Swords, I feel like you need to realize how it's affecting you. And I feel like you need to see that, okay, well, keeping yourself in this energy is creating this. But if you're able to deal with this energy and work through it and move on and move forward from it and take control of the situation, instead of having the situation take control of you, that it will guide you to this freedom. All right, this lightness, because I feel like this High Priestess here, I feel like she has a sense of lightness and a sense of freedom and letting go. And I feel like you need to see how this is affecting you. You need to take a hard look at it, right? You need to see how this is affecting you. And I feel like maybe that's why you were drawn to this reading, is because you're like, yeah, you know what, Jill, I really am holding on to that. I know that that's what I have to deal with. I know that I have kind of been ignoring it. I know that I have, but I know that's what I have to deal with, and that's what I have to face. And I know that this burden, this heaviness, these wands that I have on my back are just becoming heavier and heavier and heavier. And it's almost like, you know, you need that person to say, you know what, you really need to look at this. You need to deal with this. You need to, you know, as hard as it is, you know, that you don't want to keep putting yourself in a situation that you feel is bogging you down. You're in charge of your life. You're in charge of what it is that you surround yourself with. You're in charge of who you surround yourself with. You make choices, tons and tons of choices every day. And you have that power. So what you need to focus on here is we have the Magician, and I love that, because it's like you have the power to change things. You have the power to see things differently. You have the power to make different choices, right? to start new beginnings, to focus on what you love, focus on what makes you happy. I feel like you know that you have that power, but I almost feel like you don't really want to acknowledge it. You're like, well, no, right? Are you making excuses for bad behavior? What makes you happy? What gives you that 10 of Cups? Make things happen for yourself. Justice. Having justice for yourself. Bringing yourself to calmer waters, to calm things down, right? You have the ability to keep yourself in chaos. You have the ability to put yourself in calmer situations. Okay, my storage was full on my phone, so I had to clear that up. So, as I was saying, is you have the capability to put yourself in situations that are calmer. You can't always control everything, but there are things that you can control. There are things that you can work on. There are things that you can change, right? And taking that time out to sit and say, okay, what can I change? What can I let go of? What can I free up? Just like me, like with the phone there, right? Storage was full. So I had to look and I need to say, okay, what things can I get rid of? What things can I delete so I can have more room to create new things, right? To free up that space. And I feel like that maybe that's kind of you too, is what can you do to free up that space, to get rid of what you've already done or you already used or you're not focusing on. It's like purging, right? What do you need to purge? And anytime like you purge things, like you're purging your closet, right? You're going through your clothes and you're saying, I have all of these things and there's a good amount that I don't even use, I don't wear, they don't fit, or they're ripped, or they're dirty, or they're stained, or they're old, right? You don't need 20 old t-shirts, right, that are ripped and torn and stained and, to keep for like painting or those icky jobs, right? You could say, okay, let me just have 5, right? I don't need 20, but let me just have 5, right? And there's a sense of that release because you've purged, right? You've let things decluttering, right? That you're like, oh, wow, like, look at this. Now I opened up some room in my closet or my drawer to maybe purchase new things. So new t-shirts that I have, right? And then when my newer ones, if I rip it or I get a stain on it, then I can purge one of the old ones, right? So it's that process of, working through those and saying what serves me and what does not serve me. What can I purge? What can I let go of? And what can I work towards? So this, like, I feel like it's kind of seeing things differently and saying, okay, I don't want to keep myself in this toxic energy, right? That is creating all of these burdens and this heaviness and is stopping me from reaching my goals and having abundance and having a smile on my face, right? What are those things that I can do, that I can change, that I can free up, that I can grow from, that I can learn from, right? The Empress and then the Hermit, looking at the roadblocks and saying, how can I change that, right? Life is always going to be roadblocks. As soon as you get rid of some, you deal with some, then there's others that are going to crop up. But if you kind of have that plan and you kind of have that, okay, what do I need to purge? Okay, it's obviously my closet's become full, right? I'm back to the 20 t-shirts. Somehow I've managed to get back to the 20 t-shirts that are old. So now I have to purge again. So now I have to deal with this again. But I know that last time that I did that, when I narrowed it down to 5 t-shirts, that I felt so much better. I felt a sense of freedom. I felt good. I felt freed. And so that I have to look out for myself again, and I have to say, okay, that's what I need to do. And kind of looking at those things, that if it's creating a burden and it feels toxic, how can I change that? What can I change? Well, how can I help myself out here? All right, so let's grab it's again learning about yourself and looking at yourself and how are you helping yourself out, right? because you have the power to change all of these different things, right? Magician, you are magic, you are powerful, you are in control of all of these things, and having justice for yourself. We have challenge, standing up for your rights, right? Again, I feel like that's standing up for yourself, right? Looking out for you. Sometimes we don't do that. Sometimes we just accept things that are around us or how people are treating us. We just say, well, you know, it is what it is. But, and it's hard to stand up for ourselves and say, no, I deserve better. I deserve to be treated this way, or I deserve to be in this energy, or I deserve, you have to look out for yourself because no one else is going to do it, right? There are people that will help you out. I'm not saying that there aren't people that are in your corner, but I'm saying that, you know, you have to be really in control of what it is you surround yourself with, and looking out for yourself and saying, okay, I'm struggling, I'm creating these wands, and so I need to release some of these burdens that I'm carrying around. I need to put an end to something. So I feel like there's something that you need to put an end to that is toxic and that is weighing you down, and that you need to make some choices. Of course, you have to decide what is best for you. I'm not telling you what you have to do, but I feel like you kind of already know, okay, yeah, I gotta deal with this situation. That there's a roadblock here, but it's freeing yourself, and it's not turning around and going backwards, right? And walking away from something, because then it's like you're inhibiting yourself, but it's like, okay, facing the challenge. All right, let's grab a... Those two cards literally went flying, so let's grab those. We have Wolf Spirit, turn knowledge into wisdom, learning from your past, right? Turning knowledge, knowing what you know, and turning into that something that you can learn from, right? Growing from your past. And then we have Hummingbird Spirit. We have be here now, being in the present moment, not, right? What can I change now? What can I deal with now? What can I work with now? What can I adjust or change now? Right? And not saying, well, I need to wait for this, or I need to wait for that, or when I changed it before it didn't work, or, you know, just making up those excuses, and saying, being here now, and saying, what can I do in this moment? All right. Thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.